Hey everyone, Comic Haul here with another week of comic hauls. This is a pretty interesting one. I got a Grail that I've been on the hunt for a very long time. I've wanted this one for quite a while now. We're talking years that I've been on the hunt for this one, and I got it. I finally got it. So we'll get to that, and I'll save that one for the end. But we're going to take a look at what else I picked up throughout the week. We'll start with Fear, Adventure into Fear, number 21. This is the second Morbius solo Morbius line. He started his run in number 20. Number 19 ended with it was the last issue of Man Thing. Number 20 picked up with Morbius, so this is the second one. I've got number 20 already, so picked up 21. To go along with it, I also got number 30. Not too that bad on these ones. Nice shape. Paid about $3 each for them from a guy I know here locally. Pretty cool books. Always liked Morbius as a kid. Next one I picked up literally about a half hour ago. 50 cents. Avengers Assemble number 7. Really cool Thanos cover. I always see like the poster of this comic cover and see it around quite a bit, but I picked this one up at a local shop for 50 cents in a 50-cent bin. Like I said, just about a half hour ago. No idea what the book goes for or anything, but like the cover, so I snagged it. Up next, we've got Detective Comics number 566, Batman with the Rogues Gallery. Picked this up because I actually do I got one of those adult coloring books for Christmas last Christmas, and it was a DC one, and it had a bunch of classic DC covers, and one of the covers was this one here, and I thought it was pretty sharp, and decided to pick it up for that reason, because I thought the cover looked cool in the coloring book. So I got the real one, $5 off of a buddy of mine. Another one that I picked up just about a half hour ago. This one was $1. Aquaman number 6. I actually almost bought this one on eBay for about $10 the other day. What made me want to get it, I'm not an Aquaman fan at all. No offense to you, all you Aqua lads out there. Just not for me. But I've been playing Injustice 2, and I always thought Black Manta's look was kind of interesting, and seemed like kind of a cool character. And I looked him up on Wikipedia to see what he was about, and apparently there's like 35 different origins of Black Manta. But his first origin, according to Wikipedia, and I know it's not correct all the time, according to Wikipedia, this is the first time that they get into Black Manta's origin. So it's the origin of Black Manta, from what I understand. I looked it up on eBay, it was about $10. Almost pulled the trigger. Glad I didn't, because I found like a beautiful copy at a local shop for $1. So happy to shop local and support the local shops, and got a book that I've been on the hunt for, save some money. Up next, we have Detective Comics 553, a second appearance of Black Mask. This is another one that I got for $5. Pretty cool cover. I like these old Batman covers. I thought Black Mask is kind of a neat looking villain, and it was cheap enough, $5, so I snagged it. Another $5 book off the same guy. He's a friend of mine. It's Detective Comics 608, first appearance of Anarchy. Don't know a whole lot about Anarchy, but I like the cover. Thought the book was cool. I figure it's $5. I'll take it. Happy to have it. Up next are going to be 4 of them from the same guy, my buddy Joe. Batman Year 3. 436. 437. 438. And 439. $15 for the 4. First appearance of Tim Drake. There's the sun really coming in here now. First appearance of Tim Drake. I got these off my buddy Joe for 15 bucks for the lot of the 4. Pretty cool that it's the first appearance of Tim Drake. Again, a character I don't know a whole lot about. I've always been a Marvel guy. It hasn't been until the last couple of years that I've kind of gotten into DC. So I'm looking forward to looking in and reading these and seeing what I think of them. Covers were pretty sharp on them too. I like those. Up next, we have God Country #1. Another book that I don't know a whole lot about. I just know that it was super hard to find once it came out, so I was interested in reading it, especially because I like Donny Cates' Redneck series that's out right now. But I haven't been able to get any God Country. I don't care for second printings. More on that in a minute. I don't care for second printings. I prefer to have the first printing. I'm a bit of a weirdo and a snob with my collecting too. I also don't care for trade paperbacks. I'd much rather have the first print, first copy. But here we go. God Country #1. I couldn't find it for the longest time, but now I have it. It was super expensive when it first came out. Like I remember, like some people were getting like $100 a copy. They've gone down considerably since then, but still probably around $30 or so. This one I got on a Facebook auction for 15 bucks. So I don't mind spending 15 bucks on this at all. It's in beautiful shape. Came in a Mylar bag too, which is nice. But no, I mean 15 bucks considering that, you know, some people were buying them for like 100 less than a year ago. Not too bad. Alright, so up next, a book that I was really, really excited to get. Bought it off a guy that actually just lives down the road from me, like walking distance. He's a really, really good guy. I have dealt with him before. I don't know him super well, like we don't hang out or anything. But I know him well enough to buy off of and trade with, and I've done a couple deals with him. And, you know, we run into one another, say the mall or something, we'll stop and chat for a minute or two. But he posted this book for sale. It's one that I've been on the hunt for a while. And I picked it up. I was super excited, got a great deal on it. He wanted 80. I asked him if he'd take 70, and he accepted. And it is Harley Quinn #1. I love this cover. First appearance of Harley Quinn, and the regular comic continuity. Her first appearance in a comic book was Batman Adventures #12, but that wasn't in the same continuity. That was just a story from the cartoon series. But this is her first appearance in comic continuity. And like I said, I was on the hunt for it for a while. I was all over the place looking for it in Fan Expo in Toronto last month, and you know they were just ridiculously priced, like 200 bucks at this convention. So I finally find this one. He wanted 80. I got it for 70. Thought I got a great deal on it, and then I take it home, and this is my own mistake. I probably should have had him look for me, but it is a second print. Now, second print still, from after doing my research on them, once I realized the huge error on my part, I did some research on the second print. Second prints still go for about 100 bucks or so, 90 to 100 bucks. Canadian, about 80 US. So I still get a good deal on it. It's just like I said, I'm a bit of a snob with this kind of stuff. I prefer the first print. And don't get me wrong, this wasn't his, I really don't think this is his fault at all. Like I said, I know the guy a little bit. He certainly would have let me know it was a second print had he known. I don't think it was anything he did intentionally. I also know he's more of a toy collector than a comic book collector, so he may not even have thought to check. He may have not even known that there were second prints or anything like that. And if he did know, I'm not too upset about it. He's a good guy, and certainly nothing that I think he did intentionally. Like I said, I got 70 bucks for it. I should have known. It was like, the radar should have gone off. Hey, maybe ask if it's a second print if you're getting it for 70 bucks. But oh well, I'm still happy with it. I still think the cover looks great. It's gonna look good as a display piece, and maybe later on down the line I can use it. I can flip it and maybe get the money that I paid for it to put toward a first print. But there it is, Harley Quinn #1. That too, I saw it looking back there. That's on the bag. Luckily, that's not on the book. That little thing there. A great looking copy though. Just like I said, prefer first print. Up next, we have Hawkman #5. Again, I got this one off my buddy Joe, who I got all those Detective comic books from. This is Hawkman number 5. Great shape. The color on it looks good. There's a bit of a crease going down here, but still pretty nice. Anyone who watched my Fan Expo video knows that I got number 4, the first appearance of Zatanna, so I thought this would be pretty cool to get number 5, the follow-up issue. $20, not bad for a Silver Age book, especially an early one like a number 5. So $20 off my buddy Joe, good guy, always giving me good deals and vice versa, and was able to get a pretty nice looking copy for a decent price. Up next, this copy is hurting. It is beat, it is worn, it is low grade, it is attached to the cover, but barely. But still, I think I got a pretty good deal on it. It is Flash 139. First appearance of Professor Zoom or Reverse Flash, whatever you want to call them. It is really beat up. There's some pencil markings on it. There's issues with the spine, like pieces missing and everything. But I paid $120 for it. So, not, I know it sounds like a lot, but not too bad. I know that I got a good deal on it regardless of the condition because I paid $120 for it after winning it on a Facebook auction. And other people immediately started offering me more money for it as soon as I won. Like, people who missed out on the auction saw that I won it and were like, oh, if you ever want to sell it, I'll give you $140 or I'll give you $150. So I know that I did okay with it. So that's nice to know that even though it's in crappy condition, that if I ever feel so inclined, I can trade it for a better book or sell it or whatever. But on to the main event. I said earlier that I got a Grail book, and this is a Grail book. This, some people say that Grail gets thrown out loosely and whatever. If a certain book is your Grail book, fine, but this one is a Grail book, short of Amazing Fantasy 15 and which I don't have, and those other ones, Detective Comics 27, Action number 1 that I'll never have in my whole life, and then even ones that are more attainable, like Tales of Suspense 39, Hulk 1, yada yada yada. This one is on this list. To me, this is comparable to all those ones, Tales of Suspense 39, Hulk 1, Fantastic Four. This is a piece of comic book history. This is a very famous book, very famous cover. And I'm talking about Crime Suspense Stories number 22. A 3.5, a conserved 3.5. It's graded by CBCS, conserved 3.5. Basically, all that was done to it was the staples were starting to rust. So it's the exact same book. Nothing's been done to the physical copy of the book itself. It's just someone took out those rusted staples and replaced them with better staples. So that doesn't even bother me, if I'm being totally honest. The book itself still presents as a 3.5. The book itself is in nice shape. It's a beautiful cover. It just so happens to have, newer staples. So I'm so happy that I got this book. It's one that's been on my list for a very long time. I never ever thought I would have it. And if anyone doesn't know the story, this book right here is the one that was the catalyst to starting, this thing. The Comic Code Authority. The book, Seduction of the Innocent, came out due in large part to this specific cover right here. It was like they said, enough is enough. They had to do it, so they had it was like a witch hunt. They were finding books and having public burnings of them or whatever. But it's a piece of comic book history. Like I said, to me, it's right up there. You may not agree, but to me, it's right up there with those other pieces of that are important to comic book history. Hulk 1, Tales of Suspense 39. The number 1 Grail still, to me, is Amazing Fantasy 15. I don't know if I'll ever own it. Amazing Spider-Man number 1 was the second one, but I'm lucky enough to have that. So this here, if I'm not going to get an Amazing Fantasy 15 or a Detective Comics 27 or Action Comics number 1, which, those last two I probably never will. But this is a great one to make up for it. I'm so happy I have it. It looks great on my shelf. It's such a cool conversation piece. It's eye candy. This is my second favorite book in my entire collection. Amazing Spider-Man number 1 would be the first, but right here is second for sure. Crime Suspense Stories 22. Piece of comic book history. I hope you guys all enjoyed watching this. Thanks again for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell me about your own haul videos. Once again, this has been Comic Haul.